Okay, well, I need your critiquing skills, your genius, to listen to this track right here because this ain't me.
You
know what? Hey, shut up, dog. I got you now.
You know
this last I'm a freestyle champion right now, but I'm a defer.
Then I'll beatbox for you, and then you freestyle again.
I want you to critique what you're gonna hear from Kid Freeze. He went triple wood pick.
1994, I think.
94. So this is 94 rap. This is Kid Freeze, Max Kellerman.
New York's a state, my city's in. A man who I hate, I pity him like a Branch Davidian. Got skills, got stamina, got hands of stone like the champ from Panama. Bodies drop for body shots, garage for box. No need for clocks or karate chops. So if you wanna see who the best be, come and test me, come and test me, come and test me. Got stardom, pump get stuck from the crop to the big bull yard in the South Bronx. My flavor's good, my flavor's good. Here, city, you're nothing but my neighborhood. New York, so nice, got named twice, and I'm harassing punks like Mike Tyson. And I'll break a novice worse than Pernell Whitaker. Up Chavez, display skills like a museum so you can see him. And rappers go fleeing, though my skin's European. Hit your man with a hook in the head, don't even jab it. And beat you with just my left hand like Jim Abbott. It gets scarier and scarier. Got pops on every block of the Triborough area. King of my concrete jungle, rumble, young man, rumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Rock. Rumble, young man, rumble. Rock. Rumble, young man, rumble.
By the way, Marcellus, we just doubled our record sales. I think we just sold another record.
That ain't me laughing. That's game.
Hey, yo, man. Hey. So, you know what? He could ride the beat.
That's ride the beat.
Like, he was in pocket. But overall, man, that's who is that?
That's Max.
That's
my garbage, right?
Garbage.
Hot rubbish, Max. You sound like the lost Fushnikin, dog.
I want to hear Game in 1994. What would you sound like in 1994?
In 1994, I sounded 10 times better than you.
I want to hear it. I want to hear a tape.
You know what? I need to blindfold you, drop you off in a dark alley, and let Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch just jump you.
Hey, I should have success like Marky Mark.
Boy, if you were on Apollo, boy, they would have beat you down on that
stage. That was crazy.
Max.
Rumble, young man, rumble. You don't stop. Get back to your day job.
How often do cats come up to you?
In a museum, so you see him? He's terrible.
I'm going to find a 94 tape
King
of the Game.
Of my concrete jungle. If you don't cut it out, Max.
Let me hear the Game singing along with the Red Hot Chili Peppers song from 94.
You sound like you did that whole first verse in a onesie. A He-Man onesie with a glowworm in the bathroom playing with your daddy's karaoke machine.
You're really visualizing this whole thing.
Damn, Max. Oh, yeah. I'm glad we got that on sound. Well, how many times does it happen to you where cats come up to you and want to freestyle just like straight up?
At least probably like 3-4 times a week.
A week. You ever take them up on that challenge?
It just depends on if I'm in the mood to hear it, man.
Oh, they hear it, not to give it. To hear it. Because it's gonna be whack. You think?
Probably
most of the time?
so. And I freestyle, man. So
You ever seen somebody be like, "Damn, I need to get your number because you got a little more in you than I thought." Somebody, no? Not one cat has ever freestyled and you've been like, "Yo, he got."
Oh no, maybe like in the beginning, man. But these days the artist lost. Now everybody just hands you USB. A stick, and it's like, yeah, my music is here. They ain't even CDs and tapes no more.
Do you even listen to that when they hand them to you?
I find it hard to. I feel like if you're a new artist out there, you should still love and print it on a CD, man. It's hard to find. I'm not just taking the USB and putting it in nowhere. I haven't adapted to that yet.
Damn, Max. See, you could have been somebody, but
rumble, young man, rumble.
That's right. See, I got the
never say rah on your music.
That wasn't me.
That was definitely you.
Well, I like the way that sounds. So thank you very much. I'm gonna find a 94 tape of the Game singing along to a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
You got any demos out there?
It's gonna be like Dre on the cover of that album.
My demo got me signed, so that's not what you wanna. You don't want to take it from me.
Not in 94.
No, in 94 I was in 9th grade.
Right.
Playing basketball or doing something.
Now, Max, the first time I experienced...
Looks like you were getting a tattoo at night. Chances are you were getting a tattoo.
We got another break. Damn, I was going to tell you the first time I met Game. What? Are we done? Max, you're supposed to do a tease right now. I know you heard me.
Right, can we tease another segment? Game's going to sit around.
Yeah, right.
You're going to sit around.
Hey, yo, when you wrote that down, like, how did you spell it? Back in 94.
Oh, man.
Do you spell rye, or do you just know that it comes up on that part?
The game. I'm going to give you all my secrets coming up. Don't worry about it.
No, keep them to yourself.
We're going to revive everything.
Keep them secrets, Victoria. We good.
Are you sticking around for another segment?
Damn right. That's the homie.
Right. There it is. Max and Marcellus, the game coming right back. What's the tease, Marcellus? What were you about to ask? All right.
I'm going to tell you the first time I met Game. It involved Suge and Game, and it was a crazy night.
Well, that's a good tease. ESPN LA.
Once again, back is the incredible Max and Marcellus.
Get busy, y'all. Word.
Here's Max Kellerman and Marcellus Wiley.
Marcellus, you were about to tell the story about how you and the game met for the first time.
Well, I'm still in recovery from that whack track, but I will.
You know, I'm going to pop in a tape of your first playoff appearance.
I can't wait.
I had a sack. That's right. You can't say nothing else now, huh? All right, let me tell you this first time I run across the game, and it's at a club. I don't know the year necessarily, but it's early 2000s. It's like
94. Young Man Rumble was playing. Go ahead.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
Nobody was in the club if that was on. But let me tell you. So I'm out with my boys, and I'm at some club on Santa Monica and Robertson. And I'm there, and I'm at the table, so we just filing in. We get there early. My one rule is I like to get there early.
Right.
Because I know I'm about to spend a few $1,000s. I'm like, let me get at least 3 hours worth of this. Walk in there for an hour and just spend all that money. You fool. So I'm in there early. And then all of a sudden, the waitress, instead of bringing our drinks, she already took my credit card. My boys filing around. They trying to holler at Heat, but ain't no drinks there. So, it's, the girls are sitting there looking at you like, y'all broke or something? What to do? Finally, the waitress comes back and says, "Excuse me, sir, can I talk to you for a second?" I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, someone wants this table, and I just wanted to know if you would be comfortable moving. And I'm like, damn, who coming in here high-signing like that where my money ain't good? And she's like, well, it's Suge Knight. And I was like, now I got something to think about because, it may be a little more involved than just the table.
Yeah, the worse you are at football as a pro, the more dangerous you are in real life. You were too good a football player to be that dangerous. Go ahead.
Right, so I'm thinking like, all right, this could be a problem. This could go beyond the 2 o'clock curfew. So I was like, and I'm sitting there, and then one of my boys just like, well, why you can't sit somewhere else? It should. You act like it ain't other tables in here. And so then all of a sudden my chest just poked out. I'm around a bunch of football players. I'm like, yeah, he could sit somewhere else. It's tables right next to us. And she looked at me like, are you sure? And I was
That's
like,
your final answer.
Yeah, right? So then I was like, yeah, and I had some reservation, but I let her walk.
A lifeline.
I wanted to walk back and tell Suge and his people outside as they were coming in that. All of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, here she come again. She like, it's not just him. It's a rapper, The Game. And I was like, God. You know what? This is getting a little too big right now. Yeah. And I already knew who you were, but I never encountered you before. So I was like, all right, that's just too much love, too much Compton, and too many issues maybe. Let me just stop. And I moved my table, and you guys sit there. Now, I didn't go over and say hello or nothing like that because, I feel like I got punked for my table.
Right.
So
what about Marcellus made you guys think you could punk him for his table?
You know what?
You must have seen him play.
It was the best table, that's all.
Let me tell you what they said because I remember the night. And the thing is, Suge was, banned from, every club at this time. And so I guess, he was kind of using me to get in. You know what I'm saying? If Suge listened, so what? He knows what's up.
Right.
And so they told me, it's some. I had this table every week. This is when I was bigger than, I was blowing up. So I had this table every week, and they said, well, there's some football players. They didn't say who. They just there's some football players over there. And I was 23. I was like, man, I don't give a about no football players. I want my table. And then, she looked me in my eye and her eyes started watering.
DMX. Yeah,
and so she went back and, she worked it out, man. And then when we came in, I didn't even look to see what football players. I was just like,
Right. I didn't even know none of that backstory, which would have made it easier and, me to swallow my ego a little easier.
Yeah.
Than just
they said, where was he
table.
drafted? Second round. Get him out of that table.
Yeah. And, if we had known it was Marcellus, we'd have just went to another club and went home, man.
They let him in.
But let me put a bow on the story. So anyway, all of a sudden I moved to the side table, Game's there. A few minutes go by, whatever it may be. He's up on the bar giving a full-out concert right there, but you weren't even supposed to perform, right?
Nah, that's back in the day when I was just jumping anywhere they would let me grab a mic. I was just jumping on, man, and just spitting and performing and just trying to grow my fan base. And luckily it worked, man, because Dre told me what I had to do day one when he signed me. He said, if you don't win over L.A., then you're not gonna win over the U.S. So I just went to every club and anywhere they had a microphone, man, I rapped on it.
And it's true because it became legend that wherever you would go, you would be hanging out, and all of a sudden you just freestyle right there, man, and kill, and everybody be like, dog, he couldn't have wrote that. That is some real stuff.
Right.
And then you go out there and get some love. But then, Max, listen to this. So then, after all that, I seen a free concert basically from Game. Still ain't met the dude, but respect from, across the room. I go out.
Way across the room, as it turned out. Yeah. You had a better seat at first.
Hey, they had me in the kitchen. My table was in the kitchen. But I end up going outside. Now, at the time, I had a Rolls Royce, and it's parked right up front. And I jump in the car, and I'm like, good night. We got pumped for our table, but we still won. We got friends, and we got ladies with us. We good. And all of a sudden, I see Suge crossing the street. And then I saw him crossing the street, and then a bunch of, the homies with him crossing the street. And then they all turned at once and looked at me, and I'm like, uh-oh. Because I'm like,
I gave you the table.
Yeah, right. I was trying to find the white flag in my pocket like, man, I don't want this problem.
Right.
But I was like, did he think that I gave the table to Game and not him, and then he mad at me for that, whatever it may be? And next thing you know, a bunch of them homies start coming towards my car, giving the impression they about to do something.
That's when they turn into orange cones.
Exactly.
Yeah, so running them over.
Luckily, I got out of there. I kind of started the car a little too fast. I just got out of there and said, you know what? I don't want this problem. But that was the first time I ever had
that happened to me. It'd have been a Lawrence Phillips thing. I'd have just boom, boom.
That's it, man.
Well, as usual, the Game does not disappoint.
All right.
My dog.
First of all, he comes back in with a the. He has the preposition in front of the game, which is very important, I think.
Hey, Max, he in the studio, too, with a tank top on because he's showing the guns off because he's been working that.
Yeah, all right.
What's up? You got a freestyle on you? What's up?
Man, freestyle? No, I don't have no freestyles, man. The thing that I don't like about freestyles these days is the first four letters.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
When you're hungry coming up, then you get smart.
Them days are over. I got some pay styles, though. Who got the money? I rap all day, man.
Marcellus, this is why I don't tweet out stuff. This is exactly
why, because you ain't got no followers.
It's the same reason, man. This is the only thing I got. What, am I giving it away for free?
Well, I ain't going to play that.
Max is whack, and that's that. Go somewhere with that South Bronx rap. There you go. There's a freestyle. All right.
Much love, man. Got to come back soon, bro.
I got. By the way, speaking for, I got nothing to say to that. What can I tell you?
I hope you don't.
Guys went 15 platinum. I went wood.
You don't want no beef with me, man. You see what happened to 40 Glock?
Dang, 40 Glock.
Google me, Max.
Dang. Yeah, I Googled you. Will you stop? By the way, I'm sitting here looking him dead in his face, right here in the studio. He's got nothing to say.
No, you ain't.
He's streaming from somewhere, guys.
That's right. Staring him right down, and I can't even look me in the eye.
Via satellite from 40's basement.
Hold on, I got it. All right, when I say these names to you, because we're getting a lot of questions from Twitter before we let you go. You and Dr. Dre, y'all cool? What's up?
We cool, man. Cooler than the polar bear toenails.
Okay. I don't know if I asked you this on air. You and Suge, y'all cool?
Me and Suge cool too.
Okay. Now people, boy, most of Twitter's laughing at you, Max, for your lack of rap skills.
All right.
I want to hear all of them in '94.
They probably weren't born yet, Max.
Yeah. Now, the West Coast right now, as you hold, obviously, the baton, but if you got to pass it on, you see a lot of rappers coming out. Tyga, Problem, all these West Coast rappers right now. Where do you see the West in 5 years or so?
The West in 5 years probably be headed by Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, of course, I shouldn't have even forgot his name. What is it about Kendrick Lamar that seems like it's captured the West Coast in a different way?
You know what it is, man? It's just every now and again, man, every 10 years that guy, surfaces, man, and it's just substance. Like his raps, have you heard Kendrick's album?
Oh, yeah.
It's all about...
He was on our show.
Yeah, it's all about Compton, man, and it really, really takes you, on a ride, and you can see and picture everything he's saying, man, and that's that rap I was telling you about, this loss, man, and I think that he's one of the only newcasters that's really doing it like that.
Cinematic stuff where you can see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And LeBron or Jordan? People want to know what you weigh in on that. You're a big basketball player and big basketball fan.
I've never even heard LeBron compared to Jordan ever. Definitely Jordan.
You never even heard the comparisons?
Nah, LeBron and Jordan. I've heard Kobe and Jordan. I've heard LeBron and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I think that if LeBron keeps it up and keeps going, at the rate he's going, I think he could possibly be, the best basketball player ever. I just feel like there are too many things that Jordan has going and had going for himself that, where his legacy will be, taken over by somebody else. I mean, we out here still spending $300 on shoes every day, which, I mean, kids that weren't even born when Michael Jordan stopped playing basketball or, begging for Jordan. So, I mean, I think, things like that help, man. So
you said a Kobe LeBron argument, peak for peak. We had that conversation a lot. Best at their best, which is LeBron right now, and Kobe whenever his top of his prime, his optimal time was. Who was a better basketball player?
Kobe.
You give it to Kobe?
I give it to Kobe. I think that LeBron James is indestructible basketball player. I've never seen one like him in the existence of the NBA or any basketball league. I think he's incredible, man. I just think that Kobe had, a little of what Mike had and, just real reminiscent, of Michael Jordan when I watch Kobe. LeBron is a beast in his own right and is a great basketball player. Respect him and, love him all the same.
What is it about, like, when you talk about, we asked you where do you rank yourself? You said, well, those guys been doing it for a long time. LeBron's got to do it longer. What is it about longevity that is important to you? What does it demonstrate about the person that we'd be talking about?
Well, you need longevity first and foremost to surpass these heights that have been set by the players that played before you, or in my case, rappers that did it before you.
But you got to pass the '94 Max Kellerman.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You gotta buy yourself that time, just enough time to say, Right.
Well, as usual, it's been very good.
Man,
very good with the game.
This is love, man.
And if you hear a song come out and it's called don't call me asking for no publishing. All right, because it's starting to get catchy. And I feel like everybody's listening. Everybody that's listening, they're going to be like,
We find out the game runs back to the studio. Yo, I got this new concept.
Yeah, let me tell you, next time I talk to you, I want to know how many people have came up to you and were just like, Max,
Oh, yeah, I swear to God, if that starts happening.
My goodness. Much respect to you, the game, once again.
Man.
You got the 60-day fitness blitz going on. You guys can log on and
60daysofitness.com.
Okay, go there and register. Be a part of the movement. Also, you got his album out, his 5th studio album, Jesus Peace. And got
Don't
the reality
be a stranger,
show.
swing through. It was about a year ago already. Don't wait another year.
I'm going to come through. Sometimes when I'm not scheduled, I just sit there by the door and, no one lets me in.
And just jump out and say,
singer. Well, you're not doing it loud enough.
Oh, sorry.
The game, ladies and gentlemen.
Was that it?
Oh, I got sound for life. No, you made my life now.
I know.
Every time this fool says something.
I hate you for this one.
You should just go to the courthouse and just change it to your last name. It should be Max
right now, I'm just taking my licks.
Max
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It
can't even
really
say
wasn't
nothing.
me who
You know
said
you
it,
stuck.
but I'll take it.
You know you stuck.
That's it. I'm stuck.
All right.
The game, ladies and gentlemen.
You got Maxi pads and you got Maxi Rock.
All right. Careful now.
All right.
Oh, y'all gonna start snapping?
Yeah. Don't make me start snapping.
I'm the Snap King.
We find out you getting a tattoo right now as we speak, or you're all right?
I'm gonna get a right on the bottom of my foot. And every time I walk, I'll be stepping on you.
Let me find out.
Oh man, I can't do this. I'm getting.
We have Shaul ready to come on next segment, Marcellus. So it's like we got the best in-studio guest in the history of the show in the game.
Yep.
Followed by the best phone guest in the history of the show, and Shaul coming up.
That's what we do.
That's it.
It's the best show, man.
Let me just say rock.
You don't even say it right no more.
He tried to stall because he want to get one joke in on you.
No, it's not even that.
Yeah, he is. Hurry up and take us to
Max
commercial.
Marcellus,
Be careful.
ESPN LA.